I'm Jay, this is Tim. We're here starting our new YouTube channel called Review It. What we do is we do reviews on everyday technology that people use, and we're here to give you guys our honest opinion. Tim's going to dive down into what we're doing today.
Alright, so today, as you guys can see, we have a computer up here. We do have a few different parts that we're going to actually be upgrading in my personal rig, just to help along with the process of the actual YouTube channel, editing, and so on and so forth. So we'll dive a little bit deeper onto what I'm using now in the next clip.
Alright, so right now we're going to go through Tim's current build. He's going to tell us a little more information in depth, what he is currently running in the setup.
Alright, so as you can see, I do have my actual build in an Enthro Pro case. I do have an Asus Crosshair 5 Formula Z board, which is an AM3 Plus board, meaning I do have an AM3 Plus processor, which is the 8350. Very good processor. One of the things I am going to be upgrading though. I do have an H110, a 280mm radiator that is cooling that. I do have two graphics cards. I have a 1070 and a 760. So I do have two of those running. I also do have 24 gigs of RAM. I did have an extra 8 gig stick laying around, so I just threw it in there. For storage, I do have two SSDs, one for my OS and the other one for games, and then I do have two standard 2 terabyte hard drives as well as two 1 terabyte hybrid drives.
Okay, and what about the power supply you're powering all of this?
I do have a Corsair RM850, which is an 850 watt modular, fully modular, so there's very simple to keep cables all nice and ran.
Alright you guys, so Tim just told us what he's currently running in his setup right now. What we're going to do, we're going to dive into exactly what he's going to be upgrading inside this unit.
Alright, so the main reason for my upgrade is actually the processor, going from the 8350 to the actual Core i7 6850K. So we're going from an 8 core to a 6 core, but with Intel's technology they do have their hyper threading, which is going to actually make it 12 threads. So it should run a lot better than that 8350. With that being upgraded, I did have to upgrade the motherboard because I do have an AMD motherboard. So we are actually going for the best motherboard on the market right now, from what I've done when it comes to research, is going to be the Rampage 5 10th anniversary edition. It does have RGB lighting, a lot of cool effects. It does support up to 128 gigs of RAM, which is a little overkill. I won't be going with that much, but maybe down the road. The next thing I'm going to be upgrading, since I did have to upgrade the processor as well as the motherboard, we're going to be going with some Corsair Vengeance 32 gig RAM. It is DDR4, it is 3200 megahertz, so it's going to be the fastest on the market. And with all that being said, I am also going to be going ahead and upgrading the water cooler as well. It is still a 280mm radiator, but it is the Kraken X61. I got this primarily just for the RGB lighting, to be honest, just so that I could run that along with the Aurora lighting that is in the motherboard, as well as the 1070 Strix edition that I do have in my current build right now. Alright, so now that we have all that being said, this is all of what we're upgrading today. We're going to keep all the storage the same, power supply, fans, everything is going to be the same, but we're going to actually go ahead and replace everything. We'll have a time lapse of that right now.
guys. Now we're going to go ahead and power on the unit, see how it goes for the first boot up. Got power to the board. RGB lights are lighting up. Let's go ahead and power on. Here we go. Got the splash screen. And there is the login screen. So there you guys have it. Tim's new setup with the new motherboard, new 32 gig Vengeance Corsair RAM. Awesome setup. Everything does look amazing. The lighting on this board is unbelievable. We haven't dug into the BIOS yet, but we will go ahead and do that, and we'll give you guys an update. Stay tuned for our next video, and also if you have any comments or questions, just leave us a comment down below. We'll go ahead and answer them and get back to you guys. Thank you.